Morning. It's Saturday, the 18th, I believe, April 2020. Little update on my Dodge Pilothouse 49 with a 6-liter LS Chevy motor. All these days have been pretty good, but today has turned out to be a miserable failure and a major setback. So let me show you what we have done. Ray, you want to come up this way? I welded some supports in for the front clip onto the and made it so I can bolt it onto the frame in the firewall, so I can take it off to access it if I need to. Got the original Cadillac Escalade radiator fan, everything else in there. I don't have the hoses hooked up yet, obviously. What I was trying to do today was throw the original harness back on so I can hear this motor run, because I haven't heard it start or run since I bought it. And I think I got my fuel tank and fuel pump and fuel lines all ready to go, so I wanted to fire this thing up. I did AN6 fuel lines going from the tank all the way up to here. I'll show you the regulator and everything underneath there. I went with a Hydro Boost style brake system rather than the Camaro vacuum booster. This Cadillac Escalade had a Hydro Boost in it. It already had 2 returns on the power steering, so I just decided to go with that. No harm, no foul. The junkyard, believe it or not, returned the one I had, and I bought this one instead. This is the Cadillac Escalade fuse panel. I haven't thinned any of the wires or anything yet, really. I wanted to get it running. I've got the bare necessities. Basically there's 3 wires in here you need to get working. There's the one that's constantly hot, it's a C7A. There's the C1A9 running and starting, and then this gray one runs from the to the fuel pump. This turns on when you would turn the key on. So that's the successful part. Now let me kind of show you what the bad stuff is. All right, and there's a little bit more of a success here too. I've got I'll show you the fuel tank. I replaced the pump from the 4-cylinder S10 and went with an aftermarket type of pump. Obviously I got the AN lines coming out of that. It's hooked up, ready to go. I put 10 gallons of fuel in this thing because I thought I'd be able to run it, but it's just not going to happen, at least not for a while. And the reason is, I'm probably going to have to go underneath to show you. I don't think we'll be able to see it from here, so let me take a gander under here. All right, don't excuse my walk jerkiness here. I'm laying on the ground under this thing. I had thought I had done everything I could to make this thing go in here right. I've done a lot of research and I thought I had it right, but I totally neglected one thing, and it's right here. I went to hook the starter up because of the wiring and everything. I wanted to drop the starter back in, and I did not accommodate enough room for the starter to fit in when I put the motor in its place. The starter hits the frame here above the control arms. So I don't know if they make a starter that's smaller than that stock one, or if I got to pull this whole thing out and notch that, one or the other. Either way, it's gonna suck. I don't know. The reality is I'll probably have to lift this up and notch the corner of this out so the starter can actually fit in the space here where it needs to go. But while we're under here, I'll show you a little bit more. Got the manifolds hooked up. Here's my notch for the oil pan, all that. There's my other manifold up in here. It's all ready to go. And I ordered a shifter from Speedway. It's supposed to get here in the next couple of days. I'm getting the floor mounted shifter for the 4L80, which I've got to do. I don't have any of the wiring, and I don't know how to do it for the transmission because I cut that piece off of what I had, so that's going to be a problem, but I'll work through that. In the back here's my fuel filter and regulator. It's a Corvette style. It's got a return and an inlet on the back and an outlet going toward the intake manifold, and it regulates the PSI of the fuel to 58, so it'll run the truck. And there's my Explorer 8.8 disc brake, positive traction. I don't know if the drive shaft is going to work or any of that yet. I haven't even brought it into the house or into the garage yet to take a look at it. So unfortunately, today has been a miserable failure. I had got up early thinking I'd be able to throw that wiring harness on. I've got fuel in this tank. I've finally got the fuel lines hooked up, and boom, now I can't get the starter in. So it isn't all good news. It sucks sometimes, that's the truth, but I'll figure it out. I'm not in any hurry to get it done. It'll get done when it gets done. And any advice or input, it's welcome. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic. I'm well, I don't want to really say what I am. Everybody would hate me. Thanks.